That's what I need. Appetites getting quenched tonight. That's what I crave. Needing love. That's what I crave. That's what I need. That's what I crave. Needing love. Sweat that shines on your moonlit skin. That's what I love. Tangled hair, you pull up with a grin. That's what I love. A moaning shouts, we both pass out. That's what I crave. Needing love. Crave. Need love.
Hello, hello. How is everyone tonight? How is things going? We're back with another casual Sunday. I hope everyone's weekend's going well. Mine is going. Before we get it, where are all of my... Hey, girlie, how's it going? Yeah, I got a little sidetracked with doing something went wrong while I was trying to fix it, and now something else is broken. So we got that going for us. Wait. Uh-oh. What am I waiting for? The music is way too loud. Alright, thank you for the heads up on that, and as always, if there's any kind of audio problems, let me know, and I can fix them on the fly. I was wondering why my, Good. So, we are going to play a game that I've heard a little bit about, and I've heard it's fun, but I haven't gotten a chance to play. I've actually owned it for a while now. It's called Death and Taxes. But before we get into that, I have all of my social media down here. You can follow me on any one of those. We have my follower account here. Hopefully we can get to that sometime soon. But I've belayed enough. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Strike that down a little bit more. I just want to prime shove you when you get online next time I save it for. Yeah, I'm not affiliate yet. I have not yet gotten to that. Unfortunately, I'm still a couple viewers away and and a little bit away from my regular viewership. So hopefully soon. But I appreciate you trying. I appreciate that so much. Alright. Let's see what we have going on in here. Fate. The Keeper of World Order. I do like this little motion comic thing that I have a little bit of interactivity with. Like, I actually have to press the stick to move it. Alright, he's trying to perform some kind of a spell. There we go. I like his little yellow bow tie. I love a good Abbey Road reference. Having to walk to the market to buy lemons. Don't poke people in the head. Like, who does that in the line? That's definitely the Metal Gear sound effect. I know that sound effect well. Walking away from the market. The animation on this is gorgeous. Self even louder, the music a little quieter. There we go. How's that? Is that better? I might have to actually turn myself up a little bit on my mixer as well. That's pushing me just before red, so hopefully that's a little better. Cool, thank you. I don't know if this game has any, like, voice acting or anything. That's a cool looking skull. The Grim Reaper. Alright, I guess... Ooh, we get character creation. What are we thinking? I do love me some My Chemical Romance. Harley Quinn, very colorful, fire. I like that. It's a little bit of color, but not too much. There we go. Begin the bureaucratic afterlife. So, I've been playing a lot of,
The new spawn has awoken.
Ooh, it is voice acted.
What momentum.
I've been playing a lot of Xbox and
I am honored to welcome
Steam Deck,
into
and
our
the
world.
buttons are switched on those, so I keep accidentally hitting B when I mean A.
Spawn number.
That'll be fun.
2.
I feel like my mic is super high. Continue.
I am fate. I am the keeper of world order.
Where am I? What is this? What am I? Hello, pleasure to meet you, Fate. I don't much care for being just 52. Can I be Fate? I mean, I feel like confusion is the right answer here.
To the point. Great. You are in my office, here to work as a Grim Reaper.
Sounds like a sweet gig.
Welcome to your new job as an overseer of Cosmopolis City Subdivision 4, the Sun County Wine Region.
Ooh.
I know what you are thinking, and yes, your assignment is choosing humans who have to die. Pretty standard.
I mean, that sounds like what a Grim Reaper would do.
As it is your first day, try to get to know the system, and do not destroy the world, yes?
So, I gotta do a little bit of research on that one. I do plan on revisiting it.
Yes.
I stopped playing because at the time my shoulder was mildly dislocated and using a mouse was just too much for me. And also for some reason it was running like crap. Like I kept having dips, I kept having problems with it running. So I'm going to see if I can optimize it a little bit to get it to run better and then try to revisit it. I just have to do a little bit of research. It has been a week. Yeah. Unfortunately, but I do plan on revisiting it, don't worry. But like I said, just even the simple, having my wrist on my desk and moving my hand was killing me. I finally got it to pop back in, Monday night. So I'm so glad to be able to move my arm again. Whew, it was rough. As for your first day, try to get to know the system, and do not destroy the world. It seems like a... Wait, I have to kill people? I'm not ready for this. Okay, whatever you say, boss. Will I get paid for this?
Most certainly.
I mean,
The contract stipulates
not doing shit for
every
free,
death gets a fair
as I actively am doing something for free.
accuracy. Marking profiles correctly is the most important task. If
Okay.
you mark more or less than necessary, you will not get your fee at all.
I have before, just not on stream.
Will reduce the total.
I've played Resident Evil 4 a ton,
Executed.
in my personal life, because I'm a massive Resident Evil fan, and that's alright. Yeah, no, I'm a massive, Resident Evil fan, so, I've played almost all of them. The only ones I haven't played are the Outbreak games and, Dead Aim.
The great dying.
I've played almost to completion pretty much every other Resident Evil game.
Creating endless.
I think 5 I still have to 100%. The Revelations games I still have to 100%. 6 I have to actually beat, because I did not like 6 at all. And the Outbreak games. But all of the original, core, original PS1 era ones, I've 100%ed those several times. Remember, fate of the world lies in your hands. Humans march towards the great divide. Yeah, okay.
We keep humans from
But yeah,
falling
I've played all of them.
Re-establish
I'm a little...
equilibrium and keep the chaos.
I'm still trying to formulate my exact thoughts on the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Will have consequences.
I'm not sure if I'm really all that into the idea of it. Oh, Lord. I took my glasses off right as you posted that. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at it. I'm playing on the Switch, so I'm actually capturing externally, so I'm not really set up to. But we'll have a break here in a little while. I say as we just started. We humans. Alright, where do I work? Alright, where do I work? Hey, Sylvan! Wow. That was a squeak. Hello, Sylvan. How are you today? Just follow me.
One more thing. This will be your 7-day evaluation period. When the week is done, you will be assessed.
I am not particularly thrilled with the way he's assessed. Yeah, no, clearly.
Know what you are made of.
I mean, it's a good story. Go with it. It's one of those things where I'm like not to be gross about it, but like I'm extra mucusy right now, so like I feel everything all, you know, up in my sinuses. Rainy like sucks that you're getting rain. Okay, I can move things around my desk. I can read things. Welcome, Grim. Yeah, I wasn't sick, just allergies. Like, I have real bad allergies sometimes. Here are the files on humans who are in life-threatening situation within your domain. I'm granting you time to settle in, so no difficult rules as request of today. Quota for today, 1 human has to die. Send me the files by fax after you've made your decision. Good luck on the first day. Fate. That's nice, giving me a little, like, you know, breaking in period, I guess. We have the Cerberus Den bar ad, which a pen. Yeah, like, I saw a couple people play this when it came out. Like, it looks interesting. Okay, nothing on my phone. I can't use, like, dead people Twitter or something. I guess let's look at who has to die. Alright, we have Shel Vandersen. Oh, I'm gonna butcher names in this. Papers, Please looks really fun, but that's also kind of my job in real life. Like, I look at IDs all day, because I work in security. That game kind of makes me not want to play it because of that, but I hear it's real good. Shell focuses on researching red dwarves and the possibility of finding habitatable planets in their systems. I am tongue-tied today, y'all. We're having a goofy stream. Also, I did want to play something that wasn't horror and wasn't... I mean, I've worked as a truck driver. I feel like the last thing I'd want to do is hop on Truck Simulator. Oh, those are adorable, the little hammers. Which, I haven't finished it yet, but I made a thing. I'm gonna derail for a moment. Because I haven't... I still have to sand and paint it. But I'm missing a piece. I made a don't know how well you can read. I made a band hammer. Like, it still has a little bit of work to do. I have to glue it together. and make it so the words are legible on it. I made myself a big ass band hammer because I thought it would be funny to have it just hanging menacingly in the background. Yeah, it's actually my biggest 3D print yet, and there's a third part of it that's like a pommel, but it's not with the other stuff. But yeah, I think this took like 8 hours to print. This took like 20 something. It's a big old hollow hammer. And I made a thing to hang it on the wall. I mean, I very muchly don't like the idea of banning people. I ain't scared of it. If they earned it, they get their reward. But I thought it would just be a funny thing to have menacingly hanging on the wall behind me. But yeah, like, I have to work on it. Because it still needs to be, like, painted. And I gotta go, like... Oh, I've banned people already. Like, that's the thing. I've banned 2 or 3 different accounts that were, like, coming in and spamming. Yeah, I still gotta write that, too. But... I'll go with the speak softly and carry a big stick kind of idea. Alright, let's see who's the other person who might die. Park works as a team leader at Toyobayashi, providing tech support for a variety of important companies across northern countries. This can be more interesting than one assumes, as sometimes the program companies use to break down in incredibly puzzling ways. Alright, we got Lee Park and... Huh. I figure, like, I think the number of idiots in the world will necessitate me having a big ol' fun tool for it. I just like the idea of real, like, just holding it while somebody talks shit. Like, I like a rattlesnake having to rattle. Which might be the most cringy thing I've ever said. Alright. So. Who's dying today, y'all? The person who works in a company, making decisions that'll... Like a tech support guy? Or the person doing research to find... Why am I having so much trouble? So who's dying, y'all? We got the scientist, who's 47. Oh, no, wait. As a lifelong science fiction fan, they were sad, but accepting of their children dressing up as bow-wielding fair folk from a fantastical novel. Or the guy who works in IT. What are y'all thinking? I'll give y'all a moment to consider while I... There's Fax Machina and put some... Okay. I see how this... Every time I get people, they are offended to insult me. I kill them in a competitive multiplayer game. That's what I'm thinking. So, I will say, though, a little bit of outside of game knowledge. I do know, like, who you kill affects the next round of people and so on and so forth. And may lead to the end of the world. But Park Lee is also 52 years old. And the other person is 40-something, so... And he works in IT. This choice is final. We've made a decision, y'all. Now let's... Can I kill both of them? Do I have to kill one of them? I think I can mark them both as dead. But let's see how I did. I will say that, like, so I feel like if you're going to play, oh no, I have to do a thing. Oh. Oh, there's like a whole to do here. Can I go to a bar? That looks like a bar. Okay. I would have liked if the game told me I could do that.
Oh, the new death spawn. Welcome. How was your first day?
Really good. Okay, I guess. Bad. A person died. Or I hate following orders. I mean, okay, I guess.
Good, good. I understand it may take time to get acclimated. Everyone goes through that phase.
I don't understand the whole, like, being mad that you died in a video game thing. I get getting frustrated because, like, something didn't go your way. And it might be because I tend to play single-player games.
Are on the line.
But, like, I don't get being mad about, like,
I see exactly.
oh, you know, this person killed me in the game where their objective is to kill me. Cool.
Figure out the best
That happens. Like, I see people get real worked up about that kind of shit, and it's like, nah, this is a recreation activity. Like, everybody chill. We're doing this for fun. I see exactly one person's today as test. Did you figure out the best choice? There were only two options.
I am glad you are paying attention. In the future,
I
may require you to make more difficult choices.
Hey, Judge Dredd, how are you today? I keep seeing you go live lately. I keep meaning to pop in, but I'm always at work. Glad you're here. Thanks for coming in. But Sylvan, I agree. Like, the toxicity against, like, your teammates is so much worse because it's like, y'all have the same objective. And even if they're bad, you're not doing any better.
Such is the
But yeah, no, like, that's one of those things that, like, turns me off of multiplayer games by and large. Like, I do not like hopping in on multiplayer for that reason.
question.
I still don't fully understand what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Mark the profiles I send you with the marker of death. Choosing who lives.
The Marker of Death might be the most dope name I've heard. I'm doing well. I'm glad you're trying to get back into the routine of it. You've been going live a lot, so, like, you've been doing pretty good this week, or, like, good on you.
Afterwards,
But, like, yeah, glad to see you back. Like I said, I keep seeing you go live, and it's always while I'm at work, so my signal's kind of crap.
not that difficult. Yes.
Get focused on everyone. Very frustrating. Yeah, the going into somebody's stream part is even weirder. Like, that takes an extra amount of effort that I don't understand. Used to be a huge Call of Duty player, but recently the game combined with the players.
A new day awaits.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
You go now.
Well, Call of Duty's that's always been the meme about Call of Duty, right? Is that, like, the player base has always been kind of toxic. Like, I don't know. I made 300 devil dollars. I don't really know what unit of currency that's supposed to be. Sorry, it's getting a little warm in here, so I'm gonna roll my sleeve a little bit. Because I just threw this shirt on because it's nicer than the one I was wearing. Okay, I think the ones that are in color are places I can go. But let's check out this shop down here, because apparently there's a shop.
Welcome to Quartermaster Mortimer's Plunder Emporium. As he may guess, I
Yeah.
am Mortimer.
Well, like, you popped in the other day, Sylvan,
The famous
of me playing,
Quartermaster.
No Man's Sky with Dapper. That actually was like a very calm, like fun experience. But it was very muchly because it was a co-op game and not adversarial. And also, like that's probably, like, that's some of my first multiplayer experience in years, playing with, like, another person who's not actively sitting next to me. Like, it's weird. This game's actually, like, really neat. I'm Death, Destroyer of Worlds. But I'm playing as Death, picking who lives and dies and trying not to break the world. Oh, whoa. The same with the game, I mean, it would be... Never heard of you before. Yeah, I've never heard of you before, bro.
I once scoured many sea and
It's the same with the game, I mean, I've never been a little less, let's say, smarter or fair. It's not salty. That's... Like, that is, you're right. You've kind of hit the nail on the head there, Growly. Like... Every game kind of has, like, any game that's going to have a big online component is going to attract people like that. Like, look at Minecraft. Like, Minecraft, by and large, should be a very mellow game. You get soft piano music, you kind of build things at your leisure. But there's still people who hop into servers and just blow up everything and bail. Like, you're going to have that, unfortunately, with any multiplayer game. And it's unfortunate. Once discovered to cool story, bro.
The Emporium brims with plunder. I plundered myself. Browse at your will.
I'm kind of digging this random pirate salesman. What do we have? We have a perfectly regular-sized toy gerbil made out of rubber. Okay. A looking glass gazing ultimately deep into the abyssal depths of the underworld. It reflects everything. Well, mostly just you. Okay, it's a mirror. Ah, a visage which is in equal parts bold, gruff, smooth, and cool. Straight from the old days when expensive advertising told me smoking was cool. I mean, no comment, because I'm not one to tell you what to do with your life. I think everything's about $200, but I also don't... Is there like a more info button? I don't think I'll buy anything because I don't know what any of that does. But let's head to our personal quarters. Play. Everyone has the same attitude. See that? I feel like that makes a game so much more fun. If it's just... Like... Is my money wailing? Window shopping for plants. Oh, great. We have ghost Twitter. Major flow intolerance and medical equipment leads to demise. Oh, wow. So, bunch of people just died because we killed that IT guy. Does Left 4 Dead still have, like, a big community? Like... Wait, there's drawers? I can open the drawers, y'all. The simple shit entertains me in video games, I swear to God. Alright, let's see. I should probably read the brief. Good morning, Grim. I hope you found your accommodations adequate. Here are the rules of the day. Follow them and you will be okay. I am handing you another simple task. Quota for the day. One human with an engineering or industrial background has to die. Business as usual, fate. That is a horrible sign-off, but somebody with an engineering or industrial background, we can do that. He's a cobbler, he makes shoes. Not that guy. Stonecutter. I wouldn't call that engineering or industrial. And a banker. None of these... Oh, I have not seen the Gotham Knights trailer. Like, is it... How is it? I also try to avoid trailers, to be fair. Like, trailers lie. Wow. It's surprised. Left 4 Dead's been around for so long. I'm surprised there's still people playing it, but it is kind of a simple, like, fun game. Yeah, I feel like Stonecutter's like a real specific kind of job. Like, you don't meet too many of them, but there's like 5 people in every city who does it. Mods. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I guess like modding would keep that game alive for a while. Because you can do a ton with like the bones that are there. Leon can't even count the amount of shoes they've made. They dream of making shoes that gives an understanding of how it feels to be in other people's shoes. Because actually wearing out other people's shoes doesn't really give any particular insight. I mean, Bethesda literally relied on mod support to fix their games for years. Like, modding does allow a game to have more life. Like, definitely. Like, what was it, what was the game? I just heard a news story not terribly long ago about, okay, there we go. I just read a news story about a game that, like, got a whole, like, new leash on life because of the modding community. The point about Left 4 Dead 2 is it's not simple. I mean, yeah, if you play on easy, most people play on hard or expert real. Then the real tactic shooter stuff. I mean, yeah. Like, when I say simple, I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, I mean simple as in, like, it is a fairly straightforward concept. I don't mean simple as in the gameplay is easy. Just to make sure we're on the same page with that, because I don't want to insult you or anything if you thought I was going that way. But Left 4 Dead is like a fairly straightforward concept, and I feel like that because there aren't a ton of things built on top of Left 4 Dead, you can easily modify it to be whatever you want. Geralt cuts and carves stone blocks out of stone. Oh, I'm sorry. I assume I'm wrong at every turn, so I'll instantly go into defensive mode. That's my bad. But yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure like you weren't misunderstanding me or nothing. But yeah, no, like I do think that kind of gives a lot of life to a game, though. You know, Zomboid Mind community is really good, and yeah, all the Bethesda games. I mean, I'm 100% here for the Bethesda slander. Feel free. Very little is going on in their lives. I mean, they work at the local quarry. That would be industrial, technically. Highest mountain in the world. Some kind of stone out of it. Bert is a wealthy banker, married with 2 kids. They had an affair with the brother of their spouse. But the partner found out and took off with the kids. Then the brother committed suicide. Oh, Christ. And Bart, in sorrow, moved to a large countryside mansion where they wait, alone, to meet their lover again. Well, that one's fucking depressing. Whew. Very little else going on in his life. I mean, yeah, dude's very into rocks. Almost 340 hours in. Are you saying you have 340 hours into Left 4 Dead 2? Because that is... bravo. Like... Yeah, the banker story is a little grim. I mean, I agree. If we're like, the banker is kind of where I'm leaning, but my task for it is engineering or industrial, and I think that this guy is like. Okay, I think we have consensus of the banker. I'm gonna now only. Oh, God damn it! I have to. Only one has to die. So we're gonna go with the banker. Do we want to kill anybody else though? Friends, Lost Custom maps, cool, like Resident Evil maps, Silent Hill maps, or whatever. I have heard that there's a bunch of really cool stuff like that in Left 4 Dead. Can we kill everybody? No problems if everyone's dead. That's big brain move there, Sylvan. I mean, they didn't say we couldn't kill everybody. They just said don't end the world. So, the world would technically still be turning. Alright. I got 2 votes. Girly, do you want to weigh in on whether we're killing everybody or somebody walking out of this mess? Is this a no witnesses kind of situation? Like a going out of business sale. I like that. Make this adorable game real grim. I mean, the world is indifferent to... Nah, not killing everyone. All right. I think he's going as well. And we're going to let the shoe cobbler live. He's got important work to do by making shoes. Me put down my pen. I also don't know if I'm supposed to be like interacting with these coins in some way. Little skulls just keep coming out of them. But there we go. We've killed 2 people. Let's go see how the boss feels about that.
Grim, how was the second day on the job?
I mean, every day we creep a little bit closer to the world being just on fire. Great. I murdered a bunch of people. I don't like the sound bites coming out of that.
I see many deaths in your region today. Too many.
Uh-oh. I think he's a little miffed that we killed an extra person.
No, no. You must pay attention.
Oh.
One human. No more.
Also, can we talk about the cat?
No less.
That cat looks like it's just whacked out of its mind on something. Alright, so apparently I'm not allowed to kill extra humans.
Errors mean I must dock your pay for the day. You
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I still perform the labor. Just because you didn't like the labor. I mean, the cat's got that little tie and everything. Pay for the day. I still don't know what I'm doing.
You do. Stop doubting yourself. You have it in you to be.
Stop doubting myself.
Be that.
I've never heard a boss say stop doubting yourself. That almost sounds like positive reinforcement. Everybody knows real bosses just tell you to do better with no actual indication of what you're doing wrong.
But do follow the rules. Good night.
It's... You know, in all reality, you're right. We don't know whether fate is talking to us or the cat. Oh, I guess we do now. The cat purred softly. Right on cue, the game's just like, no, stop. Oh, wow. It wasn't even like I only made like half the money. I made no money on that. Ugh. Can I go to the bar? Like, I can't... Oh, look, they're cleaning the bar. How cool. I gotta say, I love this art style. Do your job. Oof. Morning, Grim. A new day dawns with slightly fewer people alive than required. I know being a Reaper may grow monotonous, but you ought to not take it out on the humans. Please follow the rules and choose the appropriate number of profiles before you fax them to me. Quota for the day: 2 humans have to die. Another day, another septum. Fate. Sure, now he wants 2 people to die. Alright, who we got here? Columbia Hunter. That's not a real name. Columbia Hunter is not a name of a person. Columbia is a distinguished war veteran, these days working as a well-regarded passenger airplane pilot. They're happily married with 5 children. As a hobby, Columbia is extremely interested in the history of religious buildings. That is the most niche hobby I've ever heard. Kaya Sadwick. Kaya never thought they'd have the stomach for chopping up meat. Turns out the trick was to disassociate and have sharp knives. That's how I get through my day. Nope, Columbia Hunger. Got ya. I don't believe there's a way for me to actively change your name in chat, but you best believe it would happen if I could. Kilky. I didn't read the rest of it, but like, disassociate and have sharp knives is how you get through pretty much anything in life. They tend to be slightly hasty and wasteful when handling their product. On the weekends, Kay does a street circus act that focuses on knife juggling. Oh, she just sounds like every hipster I meet on a dating website. It's Mr. Hunger to you plebs. Alright, we got Highwatt out. I'm not butchering that name. I know I'm not going to say it right. But they're a 19-year-old stunt person. Highwatt grew up physically very active, and they've always loved danger and safety in equal measures. That is why they decided to pursue a career in film stunts. Recently, they were hired as a stunt double for a famous film star in an upcoming action blockbuster. And finally, we have... I can't with these names. Acclaimed film director, though, at 35. Was born somewhere in the woods and grew up in the wilderness. On their 18th birthday, their parents took them to Cosmopolis City, where they ended up spending 3 hours in a photo shop. This inspired them to make films, and now they travel the world, presenting their work at festivals and to audiences everywhere. Alright, so there's our cast of potential victims. Let's see what Ghost Twitter has to say. Unexpected tornado destroys mansion of a wealthy ex-banker. I did not go through 12 years of medical school not to be called Admiral Commander Dread. I don't know why that one got me. That's a good one. Stonecutter crushed in avalanche during skiing vacation. Wolf to present their latest at the Talbot Film Festival. It's about humanity's desire to be wild and immortal. Okay, y'all. That last tweet has just killed that filmmaker. Hey, how's it going, Broadgy? How are you tonight? We're deciding who lives and dies. So, for the dramatic irony of it, that filmmaker has to die because their film is about being immortal, and it'll also juice their box office numbers. I know how that works. They die, that film will get twice as many tickets. So, they ain't surviving the day. So, how are we feeling about our second victim? I say we kill everyone but the filmmaker. Fate is very particular. Apparently we can't kill too many people. Apparently there's too much death that banker wanted it. Although I do love the Final Destination-esque hilarity of tornado destroys mansion of wealthy ex-banker and stonecutter crushed in an avalanche while skiing. Which I gotta rewatch those movies. Those movies are so good, and if you haven't seen them, go and watch the Final Destination movies. They have created fears that I've kept a lifetime. Fate keeps complaining he's next. I mean, it seems like I kind of would have the power to do that. You know, as death incarnate and whatnot. I don't know what show hands this was, but that's what we got there. Alright. The airline pilot, like, I feel like that's going to mean a lot of people die. Because if you're going to die as an airline pilot, kind of seems like you would die. Oh, for me, it's driving behind logging trucks. I'm a basic bitch. Like, I do not want to be in a car behind a logging truck. Or, like, any of that. Like, anything that has stuff coming out of it. Like, I'm afraid of airbags because of that movie. Like, whew. Being underneath of stuff that falls. So many fears from those movies. Alright. She juggles knives, so I feel like there's hilarity to be had with her death. So I'm thinking her. Although this dude, it's kind of like, I don't want to say asking for it, but kind of asking for it. Like, dude's a stunt performer. And the filmmaker's dying because dramatic irony. I want that. I want that dramatic irony. Hold on one second. I have to blow my nose again. It's all the kindness of taking myself off the screen. Filmmaker's definitely gonna get it. Like, I definitely think filmmaker's the way to go. But we need the second one. So are we gonna do Butcher and the pilot? Man, Judge Dredd, accurate to your name, you have a bit of a bloodlust going on today. This dude, I almost feel bad because it's like happily married with 5 kids. Like, has a very boring hobby. Filmmaker and Butcher. I'm down for Filmmaker and Butcher. Those two I'm very much in agreement with. So, like, that's 3 already. Grully and Brogy, y'all have opinions on this? Pilot gonna take a lot of people with him. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, not only are we like leaving a lot of survivors, like there's also gonna be a higher death count, I feel. Like, so I feel like the filmmaker's a no-brainer. Girlie's just like, as long as somebody dies, I'm happy as long as somebody goes. Alright. Dead. Alright. Stuntman. Stuntman's gonna survive today. Knife juggler. And the pilot. Like, I feel like there's a lot of extra baggage with that pilot that I don't want to deal with. I may be death, but I am in fact not a monster. Oh, right. Because I clicked the wrong button and nobody could see the game. Thanks for the heads up on that. Once again, if my dumbass screws up any of the production stuff, let me know so I can fix it. But there we go. And because y'all couldn't see it, I will... The pilot is going to survive today. The Butcher, nope. This dude, yep. And the filmmaker, nope. So, there we have it. Let's go ahead and... I still have unmarked ones. Who's unmarked? Oh. Oh my, we have a person I didn't notice. Apparently there was an extra one. Can't see him. Don't worry, I've been muted for the whole stream once. So, funny story about that. I'm going to have to redo Resident Evil 2 98 Part 1 again Thursday. Because I rewatched the video. The audio's super quiet. My mic is off for a long period of time. The game audio was off for a long period of time. It's just like, oh, nothing went right. So, I'm redoing that. We're having Resident Evil Part 1.5, or Resident Evil 2 Part 1.5 on Thursday. Like, it's so easy to forget. Like, it happens. Like, I'm not gonna say anybody screws up with it. Teaching undergrads for nearly 30 years now, they are known for their welcoming demeanor, yet whispers of travel about shady and inappropriate deeds with students. Oh, come on! Well, like, so I have a reasonably complex system here. So on my monitor off on this side of my camera, I have my audio right above my eye line. So I can actually see, like, my audio channels dipping and dunking and whatnot. But I also have a Zoom H6 over here with, like, a light and dials plugged into my microphone. So I can literally, like... You know, because it's like a nice little convenience thing. But I often will forget to unmute it. Like if I go to cough or something, it's really easy just to hit this one tactile button. Also, I like real buttons. If I have a thing, I like real buttons. But like, hold on. We're gonna do a quick little experiment here, because that's bothering me. Can I unmurder her? Oh no. Alright, I guess this Zerk lives. But yeah, like, it's real easy to, like, accidentally mute yourself. Or, like, forget to turn your mic on when you go live. Like, I even have, like, a little, like, post-it note at the bottom of my screen to, like, try to remember, and I still fuck it up all the time.
Grim, my latest spawn. 3 days you have been with us. How do you feel?
Fine, more or less. Awesome. Bouncing the world, getting things done. Still a bit confusing. I feel hungry all the time now. How is that even possible? I am starving. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I usually try to eat before my stream on Thursday, or on whatever day today is, Sunday. And, like, I made a mistake, lost track of time, and just forgot all about it. Probably some psychic residue left over from the creation. Making a death is not simplistic alchemy.
Now, let me take a look at the files you sent in today. Right. Everything looks to be in order. You have followed the rules and
there we go.
The correct amount of profiles.
It was really hard to follow the rules. I feel like I should have been allowed one more extra murder.
What else to say? You may leave. See you tomorrow.
Don't you just wish your meetings with your boss would be that, like, quick and easy? I want to find an eraser.
Prepare for a perilous adventure on the ocean of quality merchandising.
That sales pitch would work. Alright. Perfectly regular size made out of rubber. Rubber might erase? I don't know. Autumn Falls is elegance. This elegant countermeasure. You ever have those days where you can't read? Like, I know how to read. I read a lot, actually. Just not happening for me today. Meant to be worn for celebrations during the gloomiest time of year. It really brings out the eyes. Those deep, soulless, empty, dark eyes. And then we have the peculiar flex twirl. Just quietingly inside this glass globe, never settling in the middle of the storm, stand figures too difficult to discern. Everything's to be in a state of constant transfiguration. Clothing widget. I want this little guinea pig. I thought I hit the back button.
Poor
There we go.
blimey, how did this wee monster even get here? 'Tis not really all that valuable plunder. Found the tiny fellow on the riverbanks of Styx itself. A lifeless, adorable thing. Can't
I do
imagine
love
it being
adorable
useful,
things found in the river Styx.
but sure makes delightful squeaks when ye stroke it.
There we go. Oh wow, 1800. Too rich for my blood. No, really, I want to go. Why can't I go to the bar? That seems like it would be. Mortimer's. All right. Yes, I started a Discord. I also don't fully understand how Discord works. Yeah, feel free to hop in. Like, hey, so not killing the pilot had the opposite effect. The plane still crashed, but everyone survived because the pilot. It's raining knives. Witness this grisly knife juggling accident. Kind of how I thought that would go, alright. The art of dying proves little in the way of sense, plot, and character, but the action coordination and stunt work are excellent. Stunt performer urges people towards a healthier lifestyle. Okay, that's a net positive for a world. College professor served for court amidst rapidly emerging abuse allegations. Good. Catch his punk ass. Oh, Lord. Acclaimed film director Ilona Wolf, I just got the name, died in a fiery inferno as celluloid film stock archives catches fire. That's a real thing, by the way. Like, old celluloid film was very flammable. It's actually featured in the movie Inglourious Bastards. Like, that was actually a thing. Black hole set to end all life? In interviewing the intrepid crew exploring the depths of the ocean. There we go. Let's see how many people we're supposed to kill today. 3 humans have to die. It rains. It has been raining for hours. Alright, so let's see who's on the shopping block today. Why is my pen all the way up here? Who's been screwing with my desk? Alright, we have, on today's shopping block, we have Matthias Oliem, 18, he's a student. It has been said that Matthias talks too much. However, they themselves think they may not be talking enough at all. Space radiation is their passion. That's a weird thing to be passionate about. And they are endlessly fascinated by black holes. Grim, I am watching. You should mark this profile to live. Fate. But should I? Should I, Fate? Jafar Harum. Why is he completely in shadow? He's just like, no light. He's just sitting there completely in darkness like, yes, yes. But Jafar is 40. He's a crane operator. a mediocre crane operator. Have a good rest of the stream, and I'm glad to have made it again. I'll try to be back for the next one. Have a good night, everyone. Judge Dredd, thank you for coming out. Actually, before... Real quick, I'm going to give Judge Dredd a shout-out, because they are good people. Like, if y'all... They've been... Oh, Sniper Elite. Ooh.
Remember strategy?
Oh yeah, and Grully, it's almost 3 in the morning for you. Yeah, like, thank you for hanging out, because I appreciate that. But like I said, Judge Dredd has been playing a lot of paranormal, spooky ones lately, which always good. But thank you for coming out. I will see you later, and hopefully I'll be able to stop into one of yours soon. Now, hopefully the timing works out for that. All right. Let's get back to this mediocre crane operator. They make a noticeable amount of mistakes, then blame others for those mistakes. Jafar has an alcohol problem and get abusive toward their significant other and children if they get angry when intoxicated. That is the most accurate shit I've ever read. So, I work in security at a pier, like a dock. That is literally most of the workforce there. Like, it is amazing to me the number of people who operate heavy machineries and have, like, crippling drug problems. Like, can barely function and are complete asshats. The number of people that is accurate. Like, good job on the writing game. Good job. Gosh, they nailed that shit. Kira Aaron Moore. Kira initially became a rideshare driver due to needing extra funds. Soon, they found an opportunity to upgrade to a luxury vehicle chauffeur, which required them to go through extra training and evasive and defensive driving techniques. These days, they feel pretty badass behind the wheel. That's just like a neat little tidbit about her. Like, really doesn't tell me much. Like, good? Like, holy shit, look at this dude. Armin, well, I'm not gonna try. He's a hairdresser. That is a hell of a mustache, though. Like, there's nothing Armin likes to do more than gossip. Working as a hairdresser provides ample opportunity for this hobby. Due to memory issues, Armin occasionally starts gossiping about the client they're currently in the process of working on. Oh, oh no. Then we have worked at graveyard in a warehouse, and yeah, truck drivers that were coming that were all hopped up on amphetamines. Yeah, like truckers, mechanics, dock workers, like that. Chefs, oddly enough, as well. Chefs apparently like big drug problems in that industry. Yeah, like it's a shame because those people are all like good, hardworking, like necessary for like capitalism and commerce kind of people. Like, but man, the drug use in those fields is so rampant. Oh yeah. When I was a kid, my dad used to work for a company where if you ate any seafood in Atlantic City, more than likely my dad's the guy who sold it to them. But he was a trucker before that. Like my father was a trucker, my mother drove trucks, all of my uncles drove trucks. I drove a truck for a couple years. Like, we are very much those, like, that class of people, I guess. Which explains the cursing. But, like, my dad was very friendly with every kitchen at all the casinos in Atlantic City. Well, like, stories would happen, and, like, I'd be a little kid, and for a short time, I used to drive, I don't know, because you're not American, so I don't know if they have these over there. I assume they have some kind of equivalency. But you know those trucks that pick up money from like banks and stores and whatnot and like move it to places, like usually other banks or stores? Well, I drove one of those trucks for a couple years. I did that job for like 5 years. I was both the driver and then the guy who got paid too little to get out of the truck. Hated it. Terrible job. Okay, cool. I figured there was probably some kind of equivalency, but I'm not sure if it would be quite one-to-one. In America, they're like big bulletproof square trucks. Yeah. Like, I'll put it this way. Somewhere, I don't have it, but I know a coworker who took the picture. Somewhere out there, there's a photo of me in full uniform, sitting on a throne of brand new $100 bills. Like, that we picked up from an airplane and took to a Federal Reserve. Like, I've seen more money than God has. Like, that's that kind of work. And it was horrible. Like, it was horrible backbreaking work because money's heavy. Money is super heavy, and I hated that job. Like, I actually have a big piece of rubber in my gut because of that job. Because I got a hernia doing it. But yeah, no, like, I used to do that, and that's truck driving, just with a fancier uniform and a gun. Like, it's kind of sucked. You know? But, yeah, I did it for like 5 years. Maybe 6. I don't actually remember if it was 5 or 6, but hated that job. It was awful. But yeah, like we were definitely like those kinds of people, so I've heard so many stories in different like context of like works where it's just like, yeah, so-and-so came in just high as numbers, you know, and having to deal with it now at work because I work in security, and just having to deal with like, that dude should not be driving a car, let alone a forklift or a crane. When you're getting hired for a job like that, which by the way, like, I could not do any kind of crime because my fingerprints are in so many systems. Like, my fingerprints are in so many systems, I could never get away with anything illegal. Like, I am the safest person to be around because I am not going to hurt you because they will find my ass. But what's funny is when you get hired for those jobs, they outright ask you, like, oh, have you ever considered stealing an armored truck before? And the answer they're looking for is no. The answer I gave them was yes. And I explained to them that, like, if you're going to rob something, the best way to prevent that is to think of how it would be stolen. Well, when I applied for this job, I considered, how would I steal an armored truck? So, like, yeah, I've thought about it, and also, like, I had family members who worked in that industry before. So, like, you know, everybody's drunk at a party and they're talking. It's like, yeah, I'd put a thing of road flares, duct tape, and wire on the windshield. Those guys are paid real low. They'll get out of the truck. It's like, yeah. I used to tell people. Yeah, you'd be surprised the number of people who would say shit like that. Here's the thing, though. I got paid $10 an hour, and when I got my gun permit, I got paid $11 an hour. You know what you needed to rob me? A stern voice. Give me the money. Okay. Here. Take it. It's not my money. I don't care. Like, you want the shirt? The shirt ain't mine. You want the gun? The gun ain't mine. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I wouldn't put up a fight. It's not my money. I don't care enough to not, like, let somebody have it. So, a lot of people think it's, like, dollar bills. Yeah, like, it makes sense when you say it like that, because everybody has, like, we had plenty of people when I worked in that field who were, like, Billy Badass, you know, they were all failed cops or ex-military or something. They're, you know, I wish a motherfucker would try to rob me. It's like, bro, really? you make $11 an hour. I'm not putting up a fight. Like, that job paid so little, I had to buy my own bulletproof vest. Like, I still have it. Like, because that shit's expensive. I hated that job. I hated that job so much. And it was dirty. Money's so filthy. But yeah, no. Somebody comes up behind me and goes, give me the money. I'm going to go, okay, here. On the downside, it has also ruined large sums of money for me. So, like, money's just a heavy thing I have to bend over and pick up, in my opinion. I don't like that, like, that's the thought process of it. Teenage Commander and one Commander. Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst thing to have just, like, in my closet ready to go. But in the same vein, it's like, it's more of a novelty. Like, I also have, like, a gun belt. Like, a full-on... Yeah. I mean... So, like, freedom's a difficult thing. Like, that is an extremely complex thing. And pacifist is probably what you're going for. If you pacifism is not wanting to commit any harm to another living thing for the most part. I'm reducing it down greatly, but that's kind of the Cliff Notes version. And I agree. I've always said, I consider myself a pacifist until I'm given no other choice. Like, I'll defend myself. I have no problem with defending myself. Or another, even. I'm not going to be the aggressor. I have no desire to be the aggressor. In their youth, Evelyn was... I realized, like, the game's just on. Evelyn might... I keep hitting the wrong button. But yeah, no. Like, I fully believe, like, you should be living your life every day. And I'm some jackass on the internet, you know, big grand, you know, opinion ideas. I'm a firm believer, like, you should be living your life every day to do the least amount of harm to others. Like, you should actively be trying your damnedest to not harm anyone else. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, until given no other choice. Because, you know, I do believe, like, you should defend yourself. Like, by whatever means is available, you know, whatnot. But I have no desire, like, I don't understand the desire to want to do harm to others. Or limit somebody else. Like, I do not understand that on, like, a fundamental level. Okay, this lady's an author. Alright, kid who talks too much. I have to pick 3 to die. So, we're gonna do... Because I do want to... That's good. I like... To be fair, one of the things that I'm very into the idea of is finding people who are similarly, like... Similarly minded as me. Like, it's nice to have people to talk to. And I don't mind people with other points of view as long as it's a rational, reasonable point of view. You know? Like, I also think that, like, a point of view is not... I mean, yeah. Like, I fully think that, like, the situation over there... Also... I will preface everything I say with, I am a stupid person. I am an idiot. These are very difficult, very complex issues that I may not have a full grasp on. So, like, I'm not going to, like, what's the phrase? I'm not going to put lipstick on my ass so that I can speak out of it. Like, yeah, like, on the surface level of what I know as an American who, you know, has a certain amount of biases and, you know, a certain amount of propaganda dealing in my own way. Like, yeah, like, it seems like the Ukraine's doing the right thing where it's, like, they're standing up to somebody trying to push them around. As an American, we love that. But it's a complex thing that I don't understand all of. Same thing with, I'm going to say the taboo thing of Palestine and Israel. I avoid talking about that, like, in any nuanced way, or having any kind of opinion on that, because I don't understand it. I don't understand it on a fundamental level, and it is an extremely complex thing that I think I'm too stupid to speak on. And remember, like, by and large, it's okay to say I don't understand a thing and I'm not going to speak on it. Totally cool, you know? So let's kill this hairdresser. I need to kill 3 people. Rideshare lady, she can live. I don't mind rideshare lady. Yeah, like... So, to be fair though, like, I also have very complex feelings about that in terms of, like, well, Russia doesn't really get a say in what other countries do. You know, like, but I don't understand, like, I don't understand anything past that. It's like, it's not really their place to say the international policy of other countries. But it's a very complex, difficult thing. Alright, this dude has to live. I may have... one... Jafar has an alcohol problem. He's going, of course. Okay, so she has to die. Submarine commander. But yeah, like, that's the thing, like, nuance will make a fool of us all. Like, by and large, this shit's getting real.
Grim.
By and large, nuance will make a fool of all of us. Because you can ration your way in or out of anything. Like,
All the profiles are here.
with enough, like,
Just as requested.
dancing around the thought of a thing. Like, you can talk yourself in or out of any decision.
You even adhered to my little test note. I commend you for exhibiting vigilance.
Woohoo! Commend it.
I am beginning to sense a tinge of pride growing.
How long
within
we been
me.
going? About an hour and
did
a half.
not
I think it
expect
took
you to
about
turn
10
out
minutes to
such a
start.
good and
Okay.
dedicated reaper.
Probably gonna take a quick break in about 10 minutes. Go grab a smoke and stretch. Refill my water because I forgot to do that.
If
Oh,
you
he's getting
keep this
prideful
up,
of me,
you
y'all.
will Get far. You may be even promoted to a middle management position. Imagine the possibilities.
Middle management. Ugh. But the cat seems happy.
Anyway, I am quite busy tonight, so you can go. Until tomorrow, Grim.
Sweet. We made another 300 demon bucks.
What ho! How can me humble and not at all adventurous self assist you today?
Alright, we have a little cactus. The most brutal of all plants. A mirror. And the Cavalera. Only a noble craftsman can craft it's tasty. Alright. Nothing really earth-shattering here. So let's get a move on for the next day. I also feel like I remember them saying this game is only 7 days, and I feel like it's going kind of quick. Let's see what's on Ghost Twitter. Vast advances made in research of unusable fuel cell. Unusable fuel cells, Christ. Reusable fuel cells. Researchers credit young talent involved in special project. Okay, good. Deep ocean exploration. Submarine Leviathan disappears near the Conorak Trench. Chauffeur evades attack, trying to assassinate visiting diplomat. Bad hair days increasing in frequency after Wow. Killing the hairdresser, now everybody just has bad hair. Shame. Drunken crane operator tips crane into sea. CEO of What social media platform planning to open museum of antiques and relics. Doormat plague bacteria discovered in permafrost. Oh, dormant. God. No, but like I cannot read today, y'all. It is bad. Waiting to be released. So Ghost Twitter, always filled with good news, almost like real Twitter. Good, you are paying attention. After all, we cannot allow workers to daze off or become complacent. Else mistakes may sneak into the workflow pipeline. Quota: 2 humans have to die. Spare any humans with a science background. I hope you are enjoying the routine. Alright, so anyone with a science background, spared. Alright, archaeologist, science background. Historian, we'll circle back to that. History teacher, diplomat. Mason. I have to kill 2 humans. And I have to spare anyone with a science background. Now. The war because I mean, like I said, I will kind of like take the sheepish way out of that and saying I don't fully understand Russ's point of view on this, but you know, and I'm more than willing to admit I may be wrong on a thing. Yeah. Like, I am not a big fan of countries invading other countries, my own included. Like, so scientist myself, I vote we count the historian as a scientist. I was wondering about, like, I was going to bring that up, like, I don't know whether or not to classify historian as a scientist. Like, I don't know if that technically falls under science. Like, science adjacent, I could see. Alright, hold on 1 second. I need to blow my nose once again, so we're going to... So, y'all want to see something real quick? A little sneak preview. I made a thing for my Resident Evil playthrough. Sort of similar to the from Metal Gear. I made this. It's the inventory screen from Resident Evil. The original from 1998, rather. But you can also change the health. I got bored the other night. Took a screenshot and just cut everything out and made that. I'm rather proud of it. But a little sneak preview for the people who are watching live of a thing for me. Funny enough, the equip spot does have a purpose. Everything on there, excluding the lockpick, actually does a thing. Like, the profile photo is the camera. The main screen is where the game is. The chat is the inventory. And the equip is for notifications. So if I get a follow, anything like that, it pops up in the equipment. So the equip does have a purpose. Like, I actually sat there and, like, made a whole new overlay for my stuff. Like it, I actually did put forethought into it, but thinking about it now, since you said that, I should have put the band hammer in the thing. I'm very much an idiot who knows how to use Photoshop. Because I sat there in Photoshop and just marked out everything and reframed some of it and moved it. But my mouse doesn't control this game, my controller does. But yeah, like, I'm super proud of that. But he has to live because he's an archaeologist. That is a science thing. Historians, we're going to skip history for a moment. Diplomat, we're going to skip archaeologist. I knew there were two of them. Alright. So those two have to survive. But we need to kill two others. I'm thinking the diplomat. Or rather, let's see what the others are. Whoa. The German is also doing dog shit in case. Doing dog shit in case of the situation. We have a dark underground. The dark background story we shouldn't deliver weapons. No matter what. Let's do greater. I mean, I would be lying if I said anything about my understanding of the German political climate. Like, full stop. I would be completely speaking out of my ass. So, I cannot comment on that at all. But, I do agree. Heavy topic. You know. Like, I will defer to you. Now, shitting on America, all for that. We got a lot of fucked up shit going on. Plenty of that, but I can't speak about Germany and whatnot. Like, full stop, I don't know. And once again, my mouse does not control this game. I keep going to grab my mouse to move the little hand. Worst part is I do own this on PC. Zara considers masonry a formidable art, a mixture of intricate design and impressive monumentality. They're convinced that Cosmopolitan City needs to construct a proper city wall again. Alright, everybody remember her. We'll be coming back to that one, I'm sure. When still in their early 20s, Glory harbored... Oh, their first name is Glory. Oh, Christ. Some edgy and extreme views on society and the world in general. Up until the point that they grew up and calmed down, readjusting their inane interest in social issues to gain greater knowledge of history and the myriad of structures that affect our lives. That's a reasonable thing. Like, growth. Like, growth is important. But, okay, I thought I skipped somebody. Possibly. Like, once again, I don't know. Like, I'll default to your belief on it. Like, I unfortunately, like, not to play the card of it, but, like, I do often have, like, kind of the dumb American problem where, like, if it isn't actively happening in America, I might not know about it. Like, especially since, like, I've definitely had an overflow of news the last couple years. Like, I've been too keeping track of everything and watching everything happen, and it's been too much. Because it does. It weighs on your mental health. What is history anyway? A collection of stories made up by those who have access to power, even when it's full of mistakes and errors. That is why Emmanuel has grown even more ever more interested in teaching alternate theories to their students. Oof. I should have guessed from the beard and the hat. Shadow Mythos is a representative from Carthage, a nation recovering from a major economic crash and for a state visit. They've come to negotiate a mutually beneficial agreement. As they were being driven to City Hall, their vehicle was attacked by a would-be assassin who were thwarted by their chauffeur. For those of us remembering, we let the chauffeur live, so we effectively are responsible for that, I guess. Got me worried about that. Like, hey, like I feel like my viewership isn't high enough to be super worried about that, especially an hour and however long in. Like, not to be down on myself about it, but like, I feel like I don't have that good of viewership. Like, the people who show up are lovely, and I love y'all. You're wonderful. But even my lurkers, anybody lurking in there, I got you. You're good. But like, I feel like the people stumbling across my channel aren't making it an hour and 40 minutes into my VOD. Alright. Don't like the cut of this dude's ship. So, Emmanuel is going bye-bye. Somebody has to die. The diplomat seems alright. And the Mason. Alright, have I passed judgment on everyone? Fine with the opinion I have. Determines the minority. Okay. I mean, I'm trying to formulate an idea. I'm sorry if I'm just squeaking at a certain point. I imagine, like, my viewership for Germany wouldn't be too high. But that's based off of nothing. So, yeah. But it, like, to be fair, not everything might be a VOD. So, what was this dude's thing? Alright, he's living. Nope. God damn it. There we go. All right.
What a day, Grim.
What a day.
Let us go over your conduct first. Good. I see the correct amount of profiles. Today seems to be...
My conduct?
Anyway, Grim, 5 days you have been with us. How does it feel to make the difficult choices?
I didn't like it at first, but I've grown to enjoy it. Meh, like any other job. Honestly, I feel like I'm not killing enough people. I crave more. I still feel awful about every choice. Every moment is a living hell. I hate this job. I mean, a lot of those are actual reactions to jobs. I didn't like it at first, but I've grown to enjoy it. Man, one job's like any other. I feel awful about every choice. I crave more violence. Every moment is a living hell. I hate this job. I'm gonna go meh, any other job.
Is it, though? I can almost imagine what a normal, basic...
So, I've actually never had, like, a boring office job. I've had tedious jobs. I've had, like, bad jobs. I've had very physically demanding jobs.
Do you think our office is the appropriate way to...
Boring jobs, but never, like, an office gig. So, like, I actually have very little point of reference for this kind of stuff. But think of the humans. Do you think our office is the appropriate way to deal with them? I don't know.
The question is too difficult. After all, you have not even lived a week. You have not seen what the tradition has wrought.
Did I miss the part
This
where we were birthed to do
Control
this?
over all the lives.
I figured we were a
unused to the human.
ghost.
Do you not consider it unethical to make the choices you make?
But you hand out the rules and make me do the choices. I mean, true.
True enough. One must be in charge. The others are there to follow. The office is perennial and venerated. Eons we have spent designing the appropriate methods and
What time is
strategies.
it? Okay.
We know what we are doing.
I think after we're done with
Though
this little
I do
back and forth with our
apologize for taking up
supervisor.
so much of your time. Before you go, are there any questions you would like to ask me?
Really, you speak very fine in chat, so I figured you had a pretty good grasp on it. Wow, like I said, I figured you had a very good grasp on English. I don't think you're I hope you're not like having difficulty understanding something. And also, like, if you do, feel free to ask. Like, I am very much in the camp of there's no shame in trying to like figure out something new or something you don't understand. But yeah, no, you speak very well. So I figured, I very much figured you like had a very good comprehension of it at the very least. Ah, I see. Yeah, I very, very limitedly took French in high school, and I can kind of bumble my way through a little bit of it, but like for the most part, like I definitely can read it better than I can understand it by speaking it. So I kind of understand what you mean. I do apologize for so much of your time. Before you go, are there questions you would like to ask me? Why haven't I seen any underage profiles? That's a weird way to put that, bro. No difference between English and the big American English. Yeah, so, I'm gonna ask for a little bit of elaboration there. Do you mean English is in like the very stripped down like actual like mechanical form of English, and like you're referring to American dialect as like a conversational form of English, or like do you mean like English is in like British English and American English? Because I understandable either way. Just want to make sure I'm understanding correctly. What's the basis for the profiles? Is there a point system? Do all profiles refer to people as they? No, not really. I do want to know if there's some kind of point system.
Not at all.
They all influence the world in their way. The humans can't affect anything. You don't sound too sure about that.
I am. Quite so.
Is it predetermined? What about free will?
Humans have some free will, sure. They can make a variety of choices. Yet what matters is that they cannot escape the inevitable. The life-threatening situations that bring them onto your desk are a result of their own deeds and decisions. Then there are some highly complex calculations, factors and aspects that influence the situation. But that is just a bit over your pay grade, so do not worry about it. Anything else?
No, not really.
It has been enlightening. I bid you a good night. See you tomorrow.
Also, I'm actually kind of surprised that you don't have trouble understanding me. A lot of people do, because I have a speech impediment. So, like, a lot of people who aren't native English speakers tend to have issues fully understanding me when I speak. You know, I'm glad that you are getting a good amount of what I'm saying at the very least. But real quick, I'm going to take a quick oh no, Siri, stop. I'm going to take like a quick 10-minute break to use the bathroom, refill my water, smoke a cigarette. In the same time, why don't y'all go grab something to eat, snack maybe, Why did all of my stuff disappear again? Why is all of my stuff gone? Oh no. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people want to conflate them as both being English, but in all reality, they're different dialects of the same language, or more closely related to being different dialects of the same language. I'm not a linguist, so, you know, take what I say with a grain of salt. But, yeah, for the most part, they are different. They are different things. But like I said, I will be right back. Go and grab a snack, a stretch, some water, whatnot. I will be right back.
Mama said I ain't right, got a bad streak a mile long. Oh, my soul is black as night, what feels right is always wrong. Whoa, I'm like a
what I crave, need and love. That's what I crave. That's what I need. That's what I crave, need and love. Sweat that shines on your moonlit skin. That's what I love. Tangled hair you pull up with a grin. That's what I love. A moaning shouts, we both pass out. That's what I crave, need and love. Crave, need love. Crave, need love. Crave, need love. Ooh, yeah, that's what I crave. Oh, yeah, that's what I need. That's what I crave, need and love.
Ran to the water, grabbed me by the hand, saved me from going down into the deep with the souls who ain't singing. If we're sinking, we better start swimming. Oh, if we're sinking, we better start swimming. We better start swimming. If we're sinking, we better start swimming. Oh, if we're sinking, we better start swimming. We better start swimming. Into the water, grab me by the hand, save me from going down into the deep with the souls who ain't singing.
Helps if I turn back on my microphone. I do like the music for this game, I will say, while I try to figure out why things be broken. There we go. Alright. But let's hop back into it. And another day, another 30 cents after taxes. So we have a bunch of money. I should have went and spent some of it. Welcome to Our History, a new series on structures behind the shifts and changes of society. Historians warn artifact looting on the rise, especially in formerly war-torn Ferrodin. We have to do something about the looting that's re-escalating the conflict. Archaeological excavation of the permafrost releases plague, which is spreading rapidly. Oh no. Back to the murder. Now with 30% more murder. Economic negotiations proceeding according to plan, potential deal in sight. Body of teacher found in a ravine after they went out to search for the existence of extraterrestrial life. Collapse of under construction city wall leaves many injured. Overseer dead, project canceled. Love to see it. Our small town prodigy moves to the city. We say reach for the stars. Scientists very close to figuring out how to conquer a dangerous pathogen. I got a feeling I'm going to need to kill scientists in this one. I don't like killing scientists. Scientists are necessary. Murder one free. We seem to be on the precipice of dark times. I may have warned you that this job can have harsh moments. Today is that day. A total of 6 humans have to die. Okay, cool. I didn't look at how many there were. I was worried there were only 6, which would make it real easy, but at least 2 humans aged 35 or younger have to die. Any human with a medical background have to die. Ooh, no. I don't like how this has gotten kind of unfortunate real quick. Six, I'll give you 8. I see Sylvan has picked up Judge Dredd's murder lust for the moment. Phlebotomist, so she's got to go. I don't want to read their stories because I don't want to think about how bad that can be. Immunologist, that's 2. Unemployed social media influencer. Bank executive, unemployed. Student, unemployed. IT security, phlebotomist. Okay. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to disagree with you, Sylvan. But it's a compelling argument. As a rule, I'm generally against murder. But humans been doing some fucked up shit for a long time. Alright. So we've killed all the doctors. We need 2 humans aged 35 or younger to have to die. Let's take a look at our first social media influencer. Keith likes attention and has an account on every social media platform. Their favorite activity is hanging off of cliffs while taking selfies. Keith's large following on social media has also brought a hefty sponsorship from a medical insurance company. Yes, Queen, get it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Bank executive. Oren is a branch manager at Master Bank. O'Toole indeed. The joke was there and I missed it. You earned that one. That completely went over my head when I read the last name. Also, can we think of a more evil sounding bank than Master Bank? What was it from Mr. Robot Evil Corp? Like, it was clearly something else, Enron. But in Mr. Robot, they were outright just like, Evil Corp. We can't even remember the actual name of the company. It's Evil Corp throughout the run of the show. Which is a thing I really liked about that. Something went wrong in my throat just then. Speaking of Happy Pride. I'm unhappy with that joke, but it is what it is. Currently working on analyzing the positives and negatives of financing the Mount Massive project. They're a fan of trekking on difficult terrain, football, and mega engineering. Some fisherman's friends. Was it because of the cough or the comment? 'Cause I don't know what a fisherman's friend is. And there's a way I could take that. They dream of having a building named after them. Bjorn Ortor. Bjorn has been unemployed. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like I said, either way they could make sense. I mean, but yeah. Oh, I've never heard of those ones. That like a Canada thing, because I imagine that sounds like a like New England or Canada kind of thing. Canada. Bjorn has been unemployed for nearly a decade. After many failed job applications, they lost motivation to try again. The past time, Bjorn started obsessively watching rom-coms. Like, I know a lot of the culture in, like, a lot of parts of Canada is based around, like, fishing and, like, you know, the ocean. So that's why my mind went right to that. Or, like, or northeastern America, like, same thing. Like, Maine, New England, all that. Like, so, like, my mind instantly went to one of those two. I also just noticed how it looks like this eyebrow has gone gray because of the lighting. I just had a mini heart attack. Starts obsessively watching rom-coms, even quoting them in random conversations. Don't quote things in random conversations. Okay. They're probably from the eastern part. I mean, to be fair, like, so I made this tweet the other day about how there are times where I'm afraid of the TikTok algorithm, because it knows things. And there are other times where the TikTok algorithm is just completely fucking wrong. Like, it tried giving me an ad for hair plugs. While I have a big forehead, a lot of people think that, you know, I'm losing my hair, but in all reality, I've always just had a big head. Like, I have very long, very thick hair. And through genetics and, you know, family and whatnot, there ain't a bald person in my family. At least not bald by anything other than choice. The last thing I will ever need in my life is hair plugs. We are a bunch of hairy Italian-American men in my family. Like, my father went through chemo and still had his hair. Not all of it, mind you, but enough of it. That being said, I'll be gray by the time I'm 40. Because it's already coming in to the point where I have to shout about pictures of Spider-Man every now and again. Speaking of, is anybody else excited about Spider-Man coming to PC? Because I want to play that so bad, but I can't justify buying a PS4 for it. So I'm like super jazzed that that's coming to PC. It'll definitely show up on the channel. Thank you. I'm very self-conscious of it. But I appreciate the compliment. Annabelle's devoted themselves to becoming either an astrophysicist, an astronaut. The two things are somewhat related. They also enjoy painting, mostly nudes. computer programming, and volleyball. Seems weird to add the little, like, caveat of they paint mostly nudes, but alright. Although 2 people under the age of 35 have to die. And 48, 52. Alright, so neither of them. Social media influencers under 35, 20, 25. Unemployed. It looks like I'm killing the 2 unemployed people. Although, Jugmunt sounds like my kind of dude. Or at least from the first couple lines. From all available activities, Jugmunt only likes watching TV, playing computer games, drinking beer, and eating pizza, without even live streaming it all. They live with their mother and claim to have no mission in life. I appreciate that. Thank you, Sylvan. I'm self-conscious about the grays because it's reminding me that I'm getting older. But I've also had grays since I was like 22. Just now they're finally starting to come in mass. So like you can really see them. But my beard, I've always had them in my beard. But usually it was like 1 or 2. Now it's like all right here. My mustache. Which, by the way, once a year or so, I usually lop off my beard entirely. Like go clean shaven to let it all regrow and get nice healthy hair in. I used to not, but I've been kind of dipping my toe in it lately with another fun streamer on here named Dapper Damon. But I've been trying to get a little bit more into things. I'm trying to be open about new stuff. Because, you know, doesn't hurt to be. But I usually knock off my beard once a year. And I didn't do it this year. I usually do it around April. But I'm thinking I might just do just the mustache for a little while. Just rock the creepy mustache. So, don't be surprised is what I'm saying. See how round and baby-like my face is when I shave? It looks weird. I claim to have no mission in life other than wasting the world's resources. Alright. So I think I got my 2 who's... Although... IT security. Thank you, girly. So, I don't know if, like, you're a bearded individual or not, but I will say, it's actually a thing to make it so that, like, the hair grows in nice and, like, soft. And, like, to get rid of all, like, the dead hair and extra. Because I do trim it regularly. I haven't in a while, which is why I'm looking kind of, you know, like, a bit extra, like, fuzzy in the face. But generally, I cut it off once a year to kind of let new hair grow and so it comes in healthy. Get rid of all the dead end. As I'm sitting here just rubbing my... I just caught a glimpse of myself in the, my little playback that I have under here. And I'm, like, touching it and, like, stroking my face. It looks weird. I mean, like, I'm not one of those people where I think, like, everybody should have a beard. Like, do what looks great for you. Yeah, like, I don't like when people have beards and they're just big, bushy, out of control, like, monstrosities. Where they look like, you know, a character from Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something like that. Or like The Hills Have Eyes. If you're gonna have one, take care of it. Just like anything else in the world. If you're gonna have it, take care of it. As this trash demon I live with is barking in the background. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know if that came on mic. You ain't gotta qualify, no homo. Like, I for years have been screwing with people of occasionally there'll be a situation like that and I'll lock eyes with somebody I'm talking to because it only really works in person. Like, it's not a joke that works as well on the internet. But I'll lock eyes with the person and just go, all of the homo. Like, especially doing it to my, like, very straight friends. Like, it throws them off so much, and it's hilarious to me. Like, I don't know why I get so much pleasure from that little moment of, like, their brain trying to comprehend what's happening. And then they realize who they're talking to, and... So, like, it's kind of a pain sometimes. It's like a Subway order. Extra homo. Like, as a treat. Somewhere there's a more fucked up joke there, and I'm not making it because that's fucked up. I realized I said Subway, and not going there. Hoping that this piece of technology will help get rich and go down in history. It also means they will stop yelling at people due to bad passwords. That's another thing. IT security lady's right. Like, there ain't no reason in the year of our Lord 2022 to have a bad password. Today's episode is brought to you by you start slipping ads for shit in. Yeah, no. But that's also like the inverse of a joke is often as funny as a joke. Like, it's like, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. There's no actual joke there. But it's funny to, like, set it up as though it is one. You know? A horse walks into a bar. The bartender screams, "Somebody get this horse the hell out of here." It's not a joke, but it's funny. It's the same kind of vein as that. I used to play football in high school. I know, big soccer, big square fella like me. But so, meme actually is an interesting thing. Meme actually is just a repetitive thing. A lot of times in our society, memes are jokes. Because, you know, comedy is kind of the universal thing. And comedy can speak to, you know, tragedy. It can speak to a lot of things. But often they are one and the same. But no homo, I very much have to consider it a joke, because if not, it's kind of a worse saying. Like, saying it as a joke, I find it to be not bad. Like, it's fine saying it as a joke. Saying it seriously is kind of a different idea. Yeah. Really? Richard Dawkins brought meme into modern uses. That's interesting. I mean, I'm literally talking to y'all on the internet in almost real time. Like, this is a scientist doing. The first webcam was used to make sure their coffee pot was full. Like, it has all been a downward slope from there, I guess. Downward, because I'm making stupid jokes on the internet, but... Alright, 235 people have to die. So, we're going to kill this dude. If I can remember the buttons. But I didn't know that. Like, I'd love to hear more context on the Richard Dawkins thing if you have like a... Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's ADHD brain. Yeah, like I said, I don't play them regularly. But I do play, I have been trying to get more into them. Yeah, as Sylvan said, with, I've been playing a lot with Dapper lately. He got me into, he's trying to get me into 7 Days to Die, which I'm excited to try, but also a little hesitant. That shit looks hard. And, No Man's Sky, as well as, The Walking Dead. So, I have been trying to play more. Alright, I think I have 4 dead right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I need 2 more. Bank exec. Because bank exec. Self-Zone. I actually have never read any of his books. And I feel like I should. Because I've been told they're very good. Like, but I've never actually gotten around to any of them. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put this dude out of his misery as well. That means... The idea put forward wanting social equivalent of genes. Alright, yeah, I've fixed that, so now I have to pick who lives. Alright, everyone has been decided. There we go. What was the social equivalent of a gene, a small self-replicating machine? What does that mean? Huh. Because like, in all reality, that's not dissimilar from the idea of a meme as I understand it. Yeah, yeah, no, like, you're in the Discord, so feel free to message me on that one time, and we can set something up. But yeah, like, I'd be down. You know. I don't know what my source here is supposed to reflect. Grim Day. You know, Green Day. I like the little posters in the background. That's fun. Let's talk to the bartender. So, like...
Hello there. I'm Sari, and I welcome you to Cerberus's Den, the finest drinking
Okay, you're like here, bartender? I need you to be like here. You are way too amped up. But yeah, like...
Sure as heck haven't seen you before. You must be brand new.
Okay, yeah, no, phrasing it like that makes it make way more sense. Okay. I can see where that thought is. Because I know, like, the idea of the first meme, like, a lot of people attribute it to World War II, actually, with the Kilroy was here being a thing. But, like, in all reality, we have examples of, like, ancient shitposting. Like, they found in a Viking, in a cave very high up on the wall, like, written in, you know, whatever language they were speaking. Like, you know, it's very high up here, where it was just, like, an ancient shitpost. So, like, yeah, that stuff's older than we all think it is. Like, what's the phrase, nothing is new? Like, that's kind of true. Like, even fashion is cyclical, you know? And if I have my way, I will bring back dressing like a cowboy in public. Yeah, like, Kilroy was here as, like, a legitimate meme. Like, they didn't, like, it was just kind of like a thing that kept popping up in places. Because people went, haha, it's a thing. Yeah, nothing new under the sun, there we go. But yeah, all of that's just, like, a continuation thereupon.
Just dapper like the river Acheron. The abbot screams when...
Oh, my bartender.
So, how are you liking existence thus far?
Yeah, like, I don't mind that there's nothing new. Because what was it? Even, there's a quote by Kurt Cobain, like, there's only 26 notes on a guitar. So there's only so many ways you can put them together. Like, and I might be misattributing that or butchering the quote. Feel free to fact check me. I'm stupid. But yeah, like, there's really only but so many ways a thing can be configured. It's like, people who say, like, aliens made the, pyramids. You know, oh, you know, because there's one scattered all over the planet. But, like, in all reality, it's also possible that, like, that's just the optimal way to pile up rocks for them the last hundreds of years. Or thousands of years. I mean, from what I understand, I've never been to Portland. Or at least the Portland I assume you're talking about. I've been to a Portland. It's not this... Actually, it's not this accurate of the Portland I've been to either, but... Death, eh? Look at the brighter side of undeath, eh? I feel like that should be a t-shirt. Which is a weird little factoid about me. I don't like t-shirts with things on them. I wear plain t-shirts, like... I just did laundry, so I have a pile of t-shirts next to me, but, like... I tend to wear just blank shirts. Or, like, button-ups. I do not like graphics on me and all. Which I guess is good, because if I ever, like, get popular doing this, I'm not going to sell a bunch of crap with logos on it. But, like...
Sometimes these are the cards we
I always think, like, oh, that'd be cool on a t-shirt, and I realize I hate t-shirts with stuff on them. So, I used to wear... And I have, like, a whole drawer full of band t-shirts from concerts I've gone to or bands I like. I don't mind them so much as, like, people wearing them. I just don't like to. Like, I'll wear a band t-shirt. The other day, I was wearing my Necromantics t-shirt with the cool coffin bases up on the shoulder. Like, it's fine. It's just not my cup of tea.
Okay, newbie, before we continue.
I mean, also
this
games like
little
Apex Legends,
game
Left 4
I play
Dead
with
2,
a
Cisco,
patron. It's real simple.
Phasmophobia. Yeah. I don't care are we doing good or not. Have some fun in these games with you. Well, to be fair, and I'm down, I will add the qualifier of, like, I've never claimed to be good at video games. I accidentally am decent at some, but...
All you gotta do is answer a series of questions, and I'll craft a personalized drink inspired by what you...
Oh, let's see what cocktail I get. But yeah, no, DRG. Okay, Deep Rock Galactic is not a game I recognize. Like, what kind of game is that? Also, we're going to take a quiz to see what kind of drink we are. I love dumb shit like this.
I'll describe some sort of an odd situation, and you answer how you react. I usually do 4 questions, and nothing else to it.
Alright, let's...
Here we go. Prepare
Question
for
number 1. Let's see what kind of
question
drink I am.
number 1. You wake up after an accident that has left you in a coma for decades. Your body and mind are ravaged beyond repair.
It's way darker for a cocktail than I thought, but okay.
The doctors offer a solution. A cybernetic brain transplant. With a
I do like the idea of cybernetic brain.
Which will you choose?
I like to be very efficient like a calculator. Ugh, why do I have to choose murder? I don't want to be a murder bot. Like, single-faceted life is very boring. Ugh, why do I have to choose? I feel like it's going in your head, you should be the one. Or efficiency. I mean, efficiency I could see being useful, but I'm going to go, why do I have to choose? Alright, question number 2.
In a stable, albeit a monotonous office desk job, you are let go due to a corporate downsizing.
Okay.
This, however, has given you a chance to reinvent yourself. What will you become?
I would like to be a mathematician working on equations, an executioner, the harvester of human sorrow. Working is dumb and lame and pointless. Working is dumb and lame and
Next up,
pointless.
question 3. Almost there. Before you lies a table teeming with plants. You have to eat one of the plants. Your very life depends on it.
So I had a weird experience yesterday. A friend of mine has been
What kind of plant would you prefer to
not
eat?
feeling great lately. So to help spurn her get out of the house, I went and hung out with her. Which also, like, that was a whole train wreck in and of itself, and I'll tell that story in a moment. But we went to Home Depot because she had to pick up some planting soil and a pot and all that. I bought my mother, like, to be nice, I saw a succulent. I think we're going to get something tequila. I mean... Ooh, an apple. I do love apples. Maybe like 2 sequoia. I was really excited about apple.
Final stretch. As I said, 4 is
But,
all
so I went to the garden center.
Right.
And like, what exactly is stopping me from stealing all the plants at the Home Depot garden center? Because they're like outside, they're like in the parking lot on rows. Like, I could just park next to one and just take from the back of the thing. And like, I did buy the plant I bought for my mother. Like, but like, what's stopping me from doing that exactly? Like, other than like the societal norm?
You see a turtle laying on its back, belly baking in the scorching sun.
Yeah, no. I get
Legs
me
trying to
not
flip
doing
over,
it.
but it can't.
But,
Your
like,
help.
what's stopping the person who isn't me from doing that? Like, what exactly is stopping that? Like, just pull up next to it, dump a bunch of them in your car, and bail. Be gone before the people in the smocks know what hit them. Turtle laying its back, belly baking in the scorching sun. It beats its legs trying to flip over, but it can't. Not without your help. You help the turtle.
Are not helping. Why aren't you helping?
I like my turtle well done. What? I have to do everything around here? I help those who help themselves. I mean, the only logical thing is if I'm going to eat the turtle at that point. Which I actually just helped the turtle the other day.
Got it. Let me just calculate.
Deep Rock, you go with different classes, orbs, and randomly generated caves to farm resources. You then have certain tasks and tools to get through the cave. The caves are all 100% destructible. Ooh. And there are different biomes. Okay, that went over my head, Sylvan. What? I don't remember the turtle question from Blade Runner. I also haven't seen Blade Runner since I was at college, which is a lot sooner than you would think, but I don't remember that one. Please elaborate. And this Deep Rock game sounds like it might be fun. I do enjoy a resource gathering game. I have to have certain tasks and tools to get through the caves. The caves are all 100% destructible. Different biomes. I put in Discord, required watching. Okay, cool. I'll check it out probably when we're done, but I'll check it out. It is fun. Yeah, we'll have to find a time, like, that works for all three of us, but, like, I'd be down to try that, as Sylvan said, money and time permitting. But if not, I do own, I'm pretty sure I own Left 4 Dead at the very least. And it would give, and also would be a good reason for me to buy Take 2. Phantasmophobia. Alright, let me calculate the results.
Loud, critical, many grievances. Not difficult to figure out what mixture this has to be.
For all of these have all installed. I've gotten really good about not having my entire Steam library installed at all given times. I've gotten very good at that. Because I had that as a problem for a while. Particularly when I had a laptop. And did not have the room to keep my entire Steam library installed.
2 centiliters of a botanical spirit of your choice. Anything that's
Salmiak?
not gin, basically.
Okay, gin. If I'm gonna pick anything that's not gin, why are you tying my hands like this? I love gin. Gin is love. Right? Like, I've done really good since I built my computer. Like, I have not overly, like, gorzed the hard drives. That being said, I do have every Steam game, or every game I own on the Switch installed on my Switch. Because...
2 deciliters of hot chocolate and
Ew,
chocolate
that sounds
ice
gross.
cream. Throw in some salty licorice crystals as a side
That
note.
sounds so gross. I'll have to make this. Well, no, there's a part 2. Like, you're probably a hair behind, but there's a part 2. Which also sounds gross, which is hot chocolate with whipped cream and some salty licorice crystals as a side garnish. Gross, and it's all wrong. Which I love a good gin. Like, gin is tasty. It's like Christmas and Fabuloso in my mouth. Like, it's like eating a pine tree, but delicious and dry and good. Actually, my go-to for a long while.
Okay, this one's called sour grouse.
Ooh, sour grouse sounds like it might be tasty. I do like how it's in like a little toddy mug too, by the way.
First one's on the house.
Gubas. The drink overflows with the taste of an oceanic plant in the throngs of a subcrustal collapse. A sharp assault on all the senses. The Arabic terminal, a quake of crystalline cave. Okay, so I'm getting salt so far. Oh, your backlog's pretty short then. Like, that's not a bad ratio of, like, played to not played. Like, you're doing way better than I am. Because I think I'm at, like, 12% or, like, 15%. Like, it's, like, I am not good at that. Like, mine's awful. Which, is there an actual way to check that? Like, so I have about, like, your library's a good bit bigger than mine. Mine's, no. My library's 366 games. Like, oh, I would hope yours would be higher than mine, Sylvan. Because, like, my Steam library, those 366 games, so it's not like a big library, like it's a reasonable sized one. Grew. Alright. Oh, Lord. I've disappeared, OBS somehow. There we go. Let me go ahead and add you while I'm thinking about it. Friends, search for friend, your friend list. Add friends. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So, the problem is I play a lot of stuff that isn't on Steam. So, like, I also have an Xbox One and a Switch and a PS3 and a Steam Deck that I run a lot of emulated games on. So, like, I end up not playing a ton of stuff on Steam. I also am very much like a person who plays games way more than one time. So, like, I tend to play something like... Wow, Steam, wow. Paste. There we go. Add as friend. Friend invite sent. There we go. So, like, I also have, like, Epic, Xbox, Origin, itch.io. So, like, while I play a lot of games I was talking about is on Steam. Okay. Yeah, I'll look for them on Steam when I'm done with the stream, but, like... It's okay.
An understatement of the century? Now what else can I get you?
I'd like a drink.
What's your poison?
I feel... Oh, Corpse Reviver's like a real drink. Milk, please. By the way, like, if you're an alcoholic and you have drinking problems, that's fine to, like, if you end up at a place that serves alcohol, ordering something else. Technically speaking, I think we're almost done. I just keep kind of clicking through. Which, by the way, I've been wanting to play this for a long time. Not necessarily on stream. I actually meant to play it around tax day and completely forgot. Because I thought thematically it would be funny. But I'll play this again offline. Because, once again, the other problem is with, like, Steam games, I play a lot of things offline. Thank you. Thank you. It's all the fancy Steam Deck stuff. But yeah, I tend to play a lot of, like, games multiple times. Like, I'm currently in my, like, personal time playing...
value your sanity. You don't ever want to learn the ingredients of this cocktail.
Like, I tend to play a lot of things multiple times. I'm currently on my 3rd of 5 replays of Silent Hill on my Steam Deck. Like, that's just been what I've been playing at work. So, like, I tend to have that issue. But I don't go so far as to be like, I'm 100%ing every game I play. You know? Like, loop until... I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Au revoir, Little Reaper is like such a fun phrase. There stays cold, frozen in place, scared mood. Eep a ghost.
Excuse me?
I'm new here. Grim52, what up?
Lemonhead. Exactly what I want.
But yeah, like, so like I tend to play games a lot. Like, there's another streamer I am friendly with on here where they tend to only play
Now,
games
Gus,
once.
play nice.
Like, and that blows my mind. Well, I gotta, like I said, hit me up on the Discord. We can talk that out, and like, if we can't get Sylvan in on it too, like that'd be fun. I'm definitely down though, like, because you're in my Discord as well, I believe. So
Well, seems I'm stuck with you now.
I'm good to see you.
Yeah, I gotta get
Stuck
back to
with
work
me.
anyway.
I can exit out of this conversation tree anytime I want.
Good patron, me ship of goods is at your service.
All right, what do we got here? Oh, cool. It's a fidget spinner and a bow tie. Nothing seems like it'd be useful. I like how all of the stuff you can purchase in this game is just complete bullshit. Now that we've kept our boss waiting forever.
Ah, Grim. It looks to be a rough day out there. New recruits often falter during dark time.
103 Steam level. Oh, wow. I forgot Steam level was even a thing, y'all. I'm so bad at, like, those, like... I'm level 10, Christ. How does the Steam level work? Like, what is that? Because, like, I am not good at interacting with those kind of
performed
things.
adequately. How do you feel after such a day?
I was built for dark times.
Excellent.
Yeah,
With this
actually,
attitude,
my
you
stream,
become
I did
mostly
recently
dusty
change my
with
Steam
fear.
handle and my Epic handle and all that, and my Xbox and all that. So if you want to add me on anything, it's all the same profile. It's Ralph V Gaming. But yeah, like, feel free to add me. I actually just did it the other day, so like everything's kind of homogenous and like real easy to find. Because now that I'm like playing online with things, I think when you crafted badges and cards, I did a bunch last week just to clean my inventory. Oh, I haven't gotten a handle on how all that works. Like, keep getting inventory items. It's like, you have a new inventory item. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And what I'm supposed to
Let
do
us
with
hope
it.
these days do not continue.
Because to me, inventory
Any
is
idea
like
what happened?
a thing I can use. Whereas, like, for a lot of this stuff, it's like, accept. There we go. I just paid some money for that, like $100 overall for the level. Not sure, but after level 90, I didn't spend any money on it. Yeah, I don't know what it does. Like, does it do anything? Like, is it like let you into the VIP section of like Steam? Do you get the special deals? Do you get the special Gabe deals? Gaben deals? Nothing. Yeah, it's kind of what it seemed like. Absolutely nothing. It just keeps going down. Absolutely. It's absolutely nothing. It is bad. Don't know what happened. You're in charge after all.
Yes, I am. And yes, I do.
You can join some special level
Yet
groups,
what use is
but
a
it makes no
reaper
sense.
who cannot
That's kind of
discern
where I get with a lot of
situation
that stuff. It's
from
like,
the
oh, but
details
you
in
can
front of
you can be like extra diamond platinum member, and I'm like, why? Why would I be? Why? What does that do? Who are you? Why are you in my home? Why don't you have any pants on? You know, the normal thing people keep telling you about. Reaper cannot discern situation from details in
Your
front.
answer would
Intrigue.
intrigue me. Interesting. An insightful streak may yet rattle
Like,
inside that skull of yours.
I'm very, like, and it might be just because I'm old. And I have old man sensibilities. But, like, I don't get the idea of, like, oh, well, now you can get, like,
You go now.
an extra 50 XP on your profile. It's like, why does my profile have to level up? It's a profile. It is there just to, like, point towards me. Like, it's not there to, like, be its own autonomous thing. Like, I'm all for, like, gamifying things that aren't, but some of it just feels like real, like, pushy, like, get you in the microeconomy kind of thing. Let's check Ghost Twitter. What is astrophysics all about anyway? Let Annabelle teach you. Immunologist found dead as pandemic hits hardest at those trying to combat it. A house fire caused by a faulty electrical equipment claims the life of a youth. New age of digital security is upon us. Meet the quantum firewall. Quantum Firewall sounds like a movie that would be dog shit, but so much fun. The Project is struggling to find financing. Why do lethal weapons have colorful? Yeah, so like I kind of get that because it could be fun when you're playing multiplayer. Like, you know, my AK-47 is, you know, tiger striped or some bullshit. Like, I kind of go into the Metal Gear thing of that engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. So, like, I get why, like, it's the same reason why, like, I can make my character look as stupid as humanly possible in a game. Like, what was it, Far Cry 5, I think it was. You could customize your character in a first-person game that you never see your character. It's like, yeah, it's fun to do, but, like, ultimately pointless. It doesn't really do anything for you. Like, social media star falls off cliff while taking a selfie. Well, ask and you shall receive, I guess. Read this. Alright, 2 humans have to die, and I have to spare any humans that might be helpful to the Troubles. Which is a very different thing that I thought we were calling it. Gunrunner. Rector, damn near killed him, was inspired to enter the arms trade when they saw a mobster kill a would-be assassin with an automatic weapon. They've compared the constant need for weapons to human need for food. Recently, they've started to waver in their beliefs after they witnessed first-hand destruction of their merchandise brings. What was that Nicolas Cage movie where he was a gun runner? I remember that being pretty good. I wouldn't mind rewatching that sometime soon. Online casino operator. Benoit built the website to lure people who like to gamble, but don't want to leave. I mean, most games I don't care about stamina and everything, but when it comes to your main game, like, for me, Apex Legends with 32, 3.2 hours. 3.200 hours. So, Lord of War. Okay, yeah. That's the one I was thinking about. That one I remember being fun. I get what you mean, Grully, though. Like, I get, like, wanting to, like, have the badges and all that. So, like, you're very into this. And, like, I don't think that, like, I remember, and it might entirely be, like, dumb panic shit, where, like, kids were getting teased because they had the default foreskin, Christ almighty. Oh no. Oh no, I fucked that up. Kids were getting teased because they had the default Fortnite skins. Kids were getting teased because they had the default Fortnite skins. And that's dumb. It's like, cool. I don't want to, like, I don't think you have to interact with those systems. I like when those systems, yeah, banned. We'll all remember this stream as the chaos that it was. banhammer applied directly to the forehead. Oh God. Fuck that sentence all up. But yeah, I don't mind those things, like those systems being in a game if they're completely optional. I don't like how a lot of them have been kind of perverted to being like necessary almost. When it comes to spending a lot of money, and note for me, yeah. I mean, of course, buy a skin for $20. Well, see, $20, like I spent like 99 cents for like the DLC in Resident Evil where it's like you get a costume pack, you know? Like, I'll do that. Of course, like 99 cents to me is not like a prohibitive amount of money for me to have my character dressed stupid. But like, $20 feels like a lot. Like, no judgment. If you got the money to float it, bless you. But like, that seems like a lot. Hundreds of dollars seems so much worse. Don't get me wrong. Like, what was it? Really? So I've never played any Apex. It's very much not my cup of tea. So I know very little about it. Are they really selling skins for that kind of money? Because I remember for a while there was that like whole economy of like CSGO skins that were super expensive. Like, that was a whole big to-do. A liar and a grifter. I'm not anybody in here. I was reading the thing because there's a game. But it's not like that much skins. I like Fortnite so, for example, but I don't have much money. I'm not working right now, to be honest. Oof. Yeah, understandable. Like, I mean, to be fair, like, I also think like everybody's personal financial situation like can very much deem what they do. Like, while I have a full-time job and like a bit of income and whatnot, like I very much hobble a lot of shit together, or like I wait for deals on things. Like, right now is the only time in my life I've been up to date with current video games. I generally am a generation behind, which is also why I play single-player games and not multiplayer. Like, there's an ex-politician who has spent years... Like, I do believe that, like, you can have fun and enjoy a lot of things, you know, without the bankroll for it. I also have a lot of expensive hobbies, like the 3D printing, video games, electric bicycle. But yeah, like, I feel like the skins are like fun, and I also am fully for it if you can buy in-game, or if you can earn in-game currency by playing to get that stuff. Like, I'm far less harsh on that kind of stuff. Because, I'm not sure if either of you have heard or seen our videos. There's a video game reviewer named James Stephanie Sterling. They do reviews for games, and they're often very funny, but they have a very indicting kind of thing of why a lot of this is bad for us as a video game community. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, and to be fair, like, I'm all for, like, you don't need, like, often you don't need the newest best thing. Like, I stream where, like, most of my computer is about 9 years old. My processor is a third generation Intel i7-3770. I'm running 16 gigs of DDR3. Now, granted, I also got really lucky with a graphics card. I got really lucky and found a $150 550 TX thick. I'm not making a joke there. The actual model name is Thick 2. But, like, I very much think that, like, you can game pretty well on a budget. You just have to, you know, look for deals and not mind buying used hardware. And a lot of times used hardware is just fine. The whole thing, like, what it costs to create a game X or so. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, I also feel like game companies could earn a little bit of sympathy from us if they actually released how much it costs to make games. Because the game companies are very good about not releasing how much it costs to make a game and not releasing how much that game made. Like, you only hear how much money a game made from outside sources or if they're gloating about it. Like, Rockstar put out how much money, Grand Theft Auto 5 has made. But it's because it made more money than any other game in history. So, like, I feel like if game companies were more transparent, they might be able to garner a little bit of sympathy. But then you have other companies like Activision's real bad about it, EA, where their goal isn't to make a lot of money. Their goal is to make all of the money. And if a game does not make all of the money, it is a failure. Because, like, there's games that, like, made a ton of money, made so much money, made an absolute metric fuck ton of money that companies consider a failure because, like, it didn't make all of it. So, like, it's extremely subjective. And also, like, video game as a business is very weird right now. Like, by and large, it is extremely weird out there. But once again, not a thing I know a ton about. Like, I listen to the news stories that come out about stuff, but I'm not in the trenches, so I can't really say I know too much about it. Oh. Yeah, true. Most people think they need a $3,000 PC or so, but I don't know. You can play with a $500 PC. Every actual game, that's not a lie. Of course, not on the highest end, but that's not the point. Better buy middle class. It's an upgrade every year than buy expensive and leave it for 5 years. In the first way, you are up to date all the time in the highest hardware. So, there's also another end of that, too, which is being on the bleeding edge of technology means that there's more, like, day one problems. Like, look at Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's probably a fine game, but unless you had the highest end hardware available, you barely could experience that game the way, like it was out there. And even then, it probably was broken a bit, Whereas, like, if you buy, like, I rarely want to buy, like, something that's new and bleeding edge. I want the second or third gen. For second or third gen, they've worked out all the bugs. Like, this thing right here is one of the few times I've bought a new tech, the Steam Deck. And the Steam Deck, I only got it because of how excited I was about, like, the prospect of bringing my PC games out and about with me without it being a giant gaming laptop. And the price point was right. So, like, I think that, like, the problem is, like, yeah. So, my computer, I built my computer for about $1,500 US off of a mix of eBay, Craigslist, and new parts. Like, there's stuff I did buy new. My hard drives are all brand new. My power supply is brand new. But my graphics card, my motherboard, and my CPU, and my cooler, or no, my cooler's new as well. But, like, those I all bought off of either Craigslist or eBay. Because I found an old chip. Like, somewhere on my desk in this mess underneath the camera is an i5 3540 or 3530 or something like that. It's a Zen 2 Intel processor that I had. So I built my entire system around that and then went, oh, it's only $80 to buy the i7, which is the most powerful processor of that generation. And this motherboard will take it. I bought that and upgraded it right away. And, like, I get a decent stream. I can edit fairly well. Like I only have 29 dropped frames from rendering lag at 3 hours into stream. Like, and once again, like, I keep making I statements. It's because I can only speak to my own personal experience. Like, my microphone sounds pretty good, and it's an XLR microphone. Like, the reason why I was able to get an XLR microphone is because I already owned an audio interface because I went to film school and bought myself an audio recorder. So, like, it's all about, like, hobbling stuff together. My Xbox, I bought it used for $100. Like, once again, Facebook Marketplace I bought it off of. My Switch I bought new off of QVC and had a payment plan. Like, if you're not moneyed, like, if you're smart about it and look around for deals, like, you can buy a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of these games I bought because they were, you know, on sale. But, yeah, like, it can be done, though. I've completely lost the thread of what I'm supposed to be doing. Restaurant owner. So we're going to speed run a little bit here. I have to kill 2 humans, and I have to spare any human who seems like they might be helpful against the troubles. So Fiona's a mathematician, and young. Making math cool and hoping no one notices their tax fraud. I mean, kind of down for tax fraud. Restaurant owner, big fan of shark fin and other questionable food. Ooh, not great there, Lewis. Served in their restaurant for a decade. Distributing these food items to grocery stores. Ryzen 5600 is a good chip, though. Like for the, especially for the price to like performance, the Ryzen chips, you cannot beat them. Like, other than doing what I did, which is go way older. Which I run into a problem. Which, like, my plan does have a legitimate problem to it, which is eventually. Yeah, that's a true thing. Like, although they do have a specific offshoot of mathematician, which is forensic accountant. Tax fraud supervillain sounds so lame. But yeah, no, like, I run into an issue where I have trouble finding a better motherboard, because I'd like to get one that has more RAM slots, can take a higher amount of RAM, has a bit better throughput, and is bigger. Because I have a micro ATX motherboard in a full ATX case. But the motherboards from 9-10 years ago have all started dying. The CPUs though are all good. So you have to kind of find that sweet spot of obsolescence and man, tongue-tied sucks. But you have to find that sweet spot where, like, you can find the parts, but also they're not super expensive. But for gaming, like, the Ryzen CPU that you have is not bad at all. The 5600 is a good CPU. Like, I think, because I have an AM4 motherboard in my closet right now that I bought off my brother when he upgraded. And I'm actually in the market to find myself a cheap Ryzen 9 5600, I think it was. I don't know, I'm bad with numbers. I'm bad with numbers, words, nouns, verbs. I'm bad with all of it. But yeah, like, for the money you're paying, very much like Ryzen, I see the allure of a Ryzen system. I went Intel solely because I had access to an Intel CPU at the time from an older gaming rig. But I do run a Ryzen, or not Ryzen, I do run an AMD graphics card though. And I like it. It's a good graphics card. I mean, I'm running, with my system, I'm running Red Dead Redemption 2 at 60 frames a second when I play it. So it's doing work. Alright. I feel like you're not supposed to eat shark. Or shark fin. I've eaten shark before. It was okay. Alright. If you buy your motherboard for like $700, it should be over 200. Yeah. So like graphics card, power supply, case, and storage are all fairly easy to get. Like a lot of that is like, other than power supply, I don't recommend secondhand power supply or storage. But like case and graphics card, buy secondhand. Like find somebody who's updating and get their old card. Case especially. Like and might be because I'm old. Like I literally made a joke when I was building my computer. Wow, these components aren't green. Because the last time I put together a computer or like did any work inside of a computer, they were green PCBs. Like we didn't have fancy colors and graphics on them. They weren't silk screened. So like, I think that like, if you're building something, like go for even a sleeper case. Like buy yourself an older case. Like that's a way to cut budget immediately. As long as it's got decent airflow, you're good. Don't buy used storage, because the last thing you want is to lose your data. Like, do not buy used storage. Buy new. Like, hard drives are cheap. And you don't even have to buy, like you don't need 10 M2 slot, cards, or M2 slot things. Buy yourself a decent, like a 3.5 inch or 2.5 inch SSD. Like, you can find like SSDs like that for like $50, $40. Like they are not expensive. But even kids. Yep. Yeah. So you can kind of figure out how old it is based on when it was produced. You know that it's not going to be any older than its production date. How it was treated and whether there's problems with it, yeah, you are taking a risk with that. I'll fully appreciate, but that also depends on the person. Like, I'm the kind of person where, like, I don't mind buying a car that was built in 1988. I don't mind buying a car that's as old as I am. Because I grew up, my father worked on cars. I have a, vivid memory of being about 12 years old or so, replacing the water pump in an F-150 and being handed tools and a book and going, here, change this out. So it all depends on how handy you are at troubleshooting and figuring that kind of stuff out. I personally am more comfortable doing that. If you're not comfortable doing that, yeah, don't buy used. That is a difficulty with buying used stuff. Me personally, I feel a bit more comfortable doing that. So, yeah. But I don't think there's anything, and the other end of that is look for sales. The other thing about it is, you have the 40 series cards coming out soon. NVIDIA's getting ready to drop which also feels like it's real quick, right? The 30 series I feel like just came out, and they're already putting out the 40 series cards. But they're getting ready to release 40 series cards. So look for old remaining stock of 20 series cards or 30 series cards, and you might be able to pick them up for half price or less. To use that as an example though, look for clearance sales on things. Wait for the new hotness to come out for everybody to start upgrading their shit, and you might luck out and find stuff. I also think with graphics cards particularly, I don't want to buy a graphics card that somebody used for mining. Yeah, in this particular situation, you're right. But yeah, no, I don't want to buy a graphics card that somebody used for mining. Full stop. Not really a thing I want. I'm sure, I think Linus Tech Tips did a video where, you're really only losing, 10% of performance. But even so, it's I don't want to deal with, the other, issues with it. Self-help mentor, you're going. Alright, you get to live. You get to live. Continue your tax fraud. And I swore I killed the gun runner, but I guess not. Alright. Because I do want to make a little bit more progress. But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like... Oh, I killed 3 people. Fate's gonna be mad. Play some video game. Bye, Shelvin. I'm actually getting ready to wrap up too, because I'm like running out of steam now. But I think Sylvan has the right idea. Hey, look, everything stayed up. Sad is up here. Yeah. And that's the other thing too. If you're gonna sell something secondhand, be honest with people. Because I'd rather have somebody outright tell me, hey, I use this for mining, or I use this for, you know, like this, that, and the other, than like being like, oh, it's brand new, and the old lady only drove it to and from church on Sunday and to the grocery store once a week. I'd rather just know, like, yeah, you drove it through a pool, you know? Like, you treated it like it was a rental car. But we're wrapping up here myself, because I am running out of steam as well. Sylvan, thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. Gruely, thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. Once again, both of you, hit me up on the Discord, and we'll set up the time to play together. And real quick, I will give Gruely a shout out as well. Do you have clips, Gruely, while I type? Which, by the way, has anybody else had this problem? Because I also know it's real early in the morning for you, so, like, you should get some sleep. Does anybody else have a problem where their keyboard just doesn't work sometimes? Like, I generally love Logitech stuff, but, like, man, this keyboard, like, and I think it's my computer, actually, but, like, sometimes my keyboard just doesn't want to work. And I think it might be OBS. Almost 5. Oof. 5 is an unsightly hour of the day. But yeah, like anybody listening to me, go check out Gruely. They are fun people. Check out Sylvan, one of the most chill people on here. Check out Dapper and all the other people I mentioned here today. But I appreciate all of you coming. I appreciate all of you hanging out. And I appreciate everyone who lurked and whatnot. I'll be back Tuesday with part 2 of Resident Evil 2, which, by the way, I made some cards for, so we actually have better graphics for. But yeah, we'll be back Tuesday with that. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Y'all take it easy. Thank you for coming.